What's up YouTube, you're watching Faith by Flight. My name is Cole, welcome to another video. Today we're going to move back to the naval aviation side of things, going through your non-flying duties and some of the things you may be doing in your quote-unquote off time when you're not in the aircraft or in the classroom. So without further ado, let's get started. Number one, studying. If you're not studying, you're not trying, and if you're not trying, why are you here? Studying is where you're going to make all of your bread and butter in this training phase, because the more you know on the ground, the better you will do in the aircraft, typically. That is the way things go, because the more you know on the ground, the more repeatable things are on the ground. Once you get to the aircraft, you'll kind of have that muscle memory built. You'll know what needs to be done, and you can focus more on the actual flying of the aircraft versus the tasks that need to be done in between, because you'll kind of have those down pat. This goes into emergency procedures, limits of the aircraft, and just the procedures of the flight, including the communications that go on. So in knife, probably spent about 1 to 2 hours a day in study, and then 2 to 3 meetings a week with the study group at the UWF library to study the items that we needed for the upcoming test. And then in primary, it's probably 3 to 4 hours per flight hour. This includes sims. And then in advanced, in the intermediate phase, it was about the same, 3 to 4 hours per flight hour. And then advanced phase, whenever you start getting into strike, BFM, TAC form, so on and so forth, I spent about 6 to 8 hours per flight hour going through comms, going through the procedures of each maneuver, as well as walking the script for SEM. So take your time studying now. It'll pay dividends in the future. This is where all your bread and butter is going to be made. So the other thing you can be doing is watch, of course. In knife API at the time, I did the rover watch once, which was like an overnight thing where you walked around the building and kept it secure, I guess. And then also inside the knife building itself, standing watch at the desk in front of the auditorium to basically, take care of things, do whatever needed to be done there. And then there was also barracks watch. I don't know if they do that anymore, but they would have a couple of the officers go in there and keep watch over the enlisted dudes in the barracks overnight. And then in primary, there was SDO, which is your squadron duty officer, which is in charge of, making sure all the aircraft are accounted for that are going out and flying, and then also doing whatever the officer in charge wanted you to do for the day. Cleaning crew, of course, you're going to go around and clean things, make things nice and pretty. And then there was wheels watch and RDO, which is what you see here in this picture, where these guys are sitting in the box and making sure people's landing gear and hooks are down as required. And then in advance, you'll have about the same thing. You'll have SDO, a widow, and then FOD walk, possibly, where you go around on the taxiways and the runways and go pick up debris so that it doesn't get sucked down engines. And then wheels RDO watch, and then cleaning crew, of course. The other bit of things is your squadron and class outings. Go out with your class, get to know each of the people there, because those are the people you're going to be depending on when it comes to formation flying, as well as possibly in the future, whenever you get to your advanced training, you'll know who to lean upon to study with. Get to know your people, get to know your squadron. If your squadron mandates fun on one of the days, go to it. It usually ends up being a good time. And then just, go out, have fun, have some beers, go to Top Golf, which is a great time. And then, of course, group study. Go study with your classmates, help them out, help them help you, cooperate to graduate type of thing. Last thing, get into a routine. The more repetitious your actions are each day, the better. Just because if you wake up with a routine, you know what you're going to do for the day, you have a plan, everything's laid out, and you can get each of those tasks accomplished in a timely manner versus waking up and not knowing what you're doing and then having to kind of scramble, get things done throughout the day. Obviously, take time to do your non-work related things. Take care of yourself above all else. Go work out. Go read books if you're into that. Go to the beach. The great thing with all these naval bases is the majority of them are located next to a body of water, and you can go out and have a great time out in the sun, get some fresh air. We like to go on fishing trips. If you charter a boat, it's usually like $100-$150 a person if you can get 6 to 8 people to go out with you. Great class trip thing. And then above all else, have fun. You're in the most amazing career field there is. You're getting paid to fly. You're getting paid to study. You're getting paid to work out. You know, things could not be better out here. Yes, there are hard times. There are great times. But above all else, you're in the most amazing career field. You're flying for a living, which the majority of people in their lives don't get to do. So take advantage of it. If you're not, you're doing it wrong. So that is it for today. Those are some of the things you can expect to do. If you have any other requests for future videos, please put them down in the comments, and I will see you in the next one.